Alright, this is just going to be a few Yau5 example solves. Even though I am a color neutral 3x3 solver, for big cubes I do Yau on white and yellow first. So looking at these centers, both white and yellow have a 2-move, I guess like 2x2 block. These pieces here on the opposite center, and same here. And no other white and yellow blocks, so it's pretty much just pick your poison. I'm just going to choose yellow. No real rhyme or reason to it. So I'll make the 2x2 with these pieces here, and I'll also track these two to, I guess, finish off the square in some way. Although, actually, yeah, this will pair up with this nicely after the first 2 moves, so I'll do that instead. So 1, 2 gets the block in the back, and then with this and this, I can just pair them up like that, put them in like so. And then to finish the bar, there's no yellow pieces there, which is good. 1, 2, 3. So pair all those up like that, and then just put it in. Now for the white center, we have one edge there, one edge there. Easy line, just like that. And then make another line out of these pretty easily. And then these 3. So pair these up first, and then finish off like so. As I'm inserting, I don't see anything ridiculously lucky for yellow, and because of that I will default to white as my cross. I see these 2 blue edges here, I don't see the midge, but I can just start solving... Wait, what am I doing? I can just start solving these 2, and then I found the midge there. So I can M-slice it like that. As I was doing that, these green edges formed here, so I can pair it up with this, and I also just see some other random white stuff going on. So put that in like so. I see a red one there, and one back there. And then the other one is over here, so I can just put that in like that. And I'm also going to build my last cross edge. If you don't already know, this is a slight variant to I think how a lot of people do Yau, but I find this to be really helpful, and I think more people should consider it. So orange, these 2, and then that one there, so I can just pair that up and then put that in. And I want to attach this to some sort of center, but I guess preferably the orange center. So as I'm bringing this edge up, focus camera, I see a bunch of these orange pieces here which I can certainly make use of. So I could make a line out of these 3 like that, bring that up like so. Now I have this line, and I've also got these 2 pieces here and these 2 pieces here, so if I can get one more little bar out of, it'll be this piece and this piece, then I can finish my center really nicely. So I'm going to try and do that. So I'll just like split this out, bring this up, wait, no, like this, and then I can make a little pair out of these 2. As you can see, all of this is still preserved, so I can make the block out of that, and then just put this in like so, and then I can just continue my centers as normal. And since I'm not going to do any arm moves, this cross edge isn't going to go anywhere. So green, have this and these 2, easy line in the middle. Bunch of stuff up here. I guess I'll make use of, I'll use this one, why not? Make a line out of that, insert it into this left position here like that, and then undo, and then finish off with these 3 like so. Now we have one line there, and we can make this middle line here by taking advantage of the T shape. I'll use this edge here, or this center edge here, and not this, because it will lead to a slightly nicer last 2 centers case. Not quite the nicest one, but still a pretty good case. Like so. And then finish off the cross like that, and onto edge pairing. First thing I see is this blue orange edge, and then there's one up here, so I can just hedge slammer that in, deprime the pair. The other wing is back there, so I can just put that in, and as I'm doing that I see this red and blue edge. None in the top, but I saw one back there, and actually it's paired up with its midge, so I can just rotate here, flip, and as I'm doing that I see a green and red edge, but also this pair here. I do filter out yellow during this free slice stage because next I'm going to solve some pairs, but seeing this I might take it into consideration, but going into this edge here I'll just continue ignoring that other yellow edge, and then to finish the last F2 edge, I just see these two here, and this is, it's not the greatest, but it's pretty streamlined. You just insert one while kicking out the edge you just solved, while inserting the other, and then it's just slice, flip, slice. So I get these two paired, flip, and as I was doing all that, I see this F12 pair, and then finish the edge, and then instead of inserting like this, that will break this pair, so instead I'll do a U prime, insert, and by doing that, I have these two pairs here instead, so I can just get two pairs done in 5 moves, like that. And now I can continue the rest of my edges just doing chain pairing without having to look in the back or the bottom. So green, yellow, get this in such a way that an edge will solve over there. And then a weird last two edges case, instead of doing flip and then slice and then flip and then slice back, I can do a commutator like so. Whoop, don't want that. It's a bit awkward lefty, the righty one is much better, but I still use both, at least for now. I might change that in the future. But yeah, now it's just 3x3 stage, so F12 pair, let's get some EO going. Let's finish EO. And crappy big cube ZB, but at least it works. So that's solve number 1. Scramble number 2. This one has a pretty nice start on yellow. There's a bar already done, and you can make another one in essentially 1 move with these by doing an M slice, but we have to move this out of the way first. And then after doing that, I don't think any of the yellow pieces end up... Oh no, this one will. Shit. Bugger. But yeah, only one yellow piece is going to be on the white side, and none are going to be trapped in the yellow side, so it's just D, slice, kind of, but not really. Bring this bar down, and then we have this, this, and this to pair up. I would just pair up the ones in the E slice already by default, and then work on these two, and then put them in like that. Pieces there, make a block. Don't see anything. I can make something with this and this, so like so, and then finish with these 3, which from here I would probably just do 5 moves. I think you can, yeah, you can do it in 4 moves. So I'll show you the proper way. I would have done R prime F prime R and then put that in like that, but the better way to do it is F and then finish like that, solve the center, and onto white cross, because once again I didn't see anything absurd for yellow. And actually blue is pretty easy, this blue-white edge. It's just like that. Orange, 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 green, nothing, green back there. And still come up, there it is, hiding in plain sight. Woo. And then last cross edge, red, red, red. And now attach this to something. There's some red pieces here, so I could just insert this into there like that. Another one there. Make a T shape, and I can finish off a T shape with just by locating one center edge. And I can already look ahead to how I'm going to finish the center. So do that, and these 3, and then down. Line here, can make the middle line really easily like that, and then pieces there. Line on the left, can finish it off with these 2 like so, and then pair these up just using the M slice trick. Insert, finish cross edge, and as I was doing that I noticed this edge here that I can solve, so I'm going to go right into that, and as I'm doing that I'm setting blue and orange up pretty nicely, so pair that up, see if I can find the other blue-orange, can't find it in the U layer. While I'm here I may as well set something else up, so I'm going to insert this green and red edge for this one here, and actually while I'm at it I can just insert the last one like so. And now that's done, and in doing that I see basically everything for blue and red, so I'm going to do that instead. Again, not really messing up the blue and orange from before. I know it's going to be something relatively nice in the end. So I can just insert this one, come over here, and I don't see anything, but again, blue-orange stuff is in the E-slice, and because I didn't really finagle with any of the edge orientation, it's a pretty nice case. Well, it's actually the nicest case it could have been, just one slice. And then on to solving two pairs. Although you don't necessarily need to solve two pairs, and this is actually a good example of that, so I'm going to show you. Since you have 4 solved edges in the U layer, if you solve just one F2L pair utilizing an adjacent slot to where the pair should go, so like, obviously these need to go here, but I'm in this position, and I could just start separating the pair how I normally would from here. And by doing that, I've inserted an edge here. And when I rotate to finish the pair, I've essentially accomplished what I need, which is these 2 slots to be solved edges, therefore I can not have to look at the back or the bottom. And I can continue my Yau5 edge pairing from here. So, yellow-orange, yellow-orange. Nothing great, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this yellow-orange into here, because this yellow-green is deciding to be annoying. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. What am I thinking? Yeah, this one, for some reason I thought this wouldn't go with this, but in Not Being Drunk world, you can just insert like that. And that would have been the simple decision making if I was paying attention. And now we just have a bunch of easy stuff. So this blue, yellow kind of sorted itself out, can just put one in there. I can make a pair out of these two, the red, yellow, like that. And now it's just a simple 3 cycle. So line up a pair somehow. We'll do the green and yellow, and then pair up the orange, yellow. And then just do 3x3 stage. This is probably the pair that I see first. Rotate, insert these are going to pair up, so I can go into, well, I was going to say VLS, but that case was just insert into OLL, so not a great example. I'm going to do one more solve, and that will be it for the video. Alright, last example solve. White's definitely got more potential for the simple reason that there's just more blocks. There's 2 there versus only 1 for yellow. Yeah, that's my decision making. So I'm going to start by putting some sort of center edge in here so I can insert these 2 pairs one at a time to get a 2x3. But I don't want to just insert it like that because then I break one of the pairs. So I'll start with D prime, R, and then U prime R, we'll get that in. And then that gets the other one in. There's one here, and there's no whites on these 2 sides, so easy finish. One's up there. I would probably just autopilot and go straight into it like that, and in this case, that probably was the efficient way to do it because it just kind of cube sense, but I think it is good to just locate all 3 pieces first before, you know, pulling the trigger. But anyways, you can just insert like that. This is interesting. I can do some pretty weird stuff here just with these pieces here. And you know what, let's have a bit of fun, let's do that. I'm going to set up a shape which looks like this. Now why am I setting up that shape? Well, after I set up this shape using one center edge, like that, I can use this center edge to set up another shape, the T shape. Now I just need one more, and there's one right there, and I can just go wham bang straight into that. And as I was doing that, I saw a white edge might be worth preserving, although I think just finishing centers and tracking it will suffice. And then last center, just these pieces here. And yeah, just tracking it works out well, because you can just rotate, go into this. Can't find the last edge. Oh wait, there it is, psych. And then finish. And as I was doing that, I saw orange and white, so I can just go straight into setting that up. As I'm doing that, I see white and green with this, and now this. So, since I saw these first, I guess in my mind I would do moves that solve these pieces first. I think for pure efficiency, setting these up first is the better course of No, I don't think it makes a big difference, but that's the reason why I'm pulling the trigger on solving those first, and then pairing these up, and then insert. And then red, wham bam bam. And we have a green line here. You don't really need to solve around a red center. It's just kind of nice because you save a little bit of thinking towards the end, but it's not rocket science. So I'm just going to do a green center instead. These two here, I could probably do something more efficient by checking, although I have a tendency to just want to set these up, insert the center, etc. If I'm being a bit more clever, I'll see one's already there, so I can just go like that. And look how much better that worked out by being smart. The line just sort of solved itself. So moral of the story, be smart. Now we have this dick looking thing, so that's cool. When you have a, yeah, we'll just call it a dick, whatever. When you have a dick on 5x5, you can use two center edges to turn it into a 2x3. And you just kind of attach them to these, I guess, testes, if we're going to extend the metaphor. So there's one here, and it's in plain sight, so we can just do that. See how it's... Try and ignore this corner, it could make it look a bit more confusing. It's really just these two pairing up, and then going on top of the knob. And then these two, you do the same. And now you have a nice 2x3. And then we can finish off with these three pieces, like so. As I'm doing that, I can see an easy T setup for the blue center. We have this one edge here, or center edge rather, and then this line can just go on the left like that. And I pretty much already know, because we have this symmetrical thing going on, that I can insert either of these bars and then have the exact same last two center case. So like that, and then have to bring this up here, and then insert, put in the cross edge, and then do the additional rocket science of L prime. Edges. First thing I see, this red and green. Upon just looking around, I didn't really see much, but I did see all of the blue and red. So, and again, this isn't a great case because you have to do two inserts and then a slice, flip, slice, but just because I saw it first, you know, get trigger happy. Insert both, slice, it's back there. And now I see this orange and green edge, and I see one up there as well. So I can flip, slice back, put this one with green on front. So I would hedge it in, and the reason I know that is because when I was back here, I saw orange on front, and I know orange on front here and orange on front here, that's not going to match. So I got to hedge it in, and I see this one here, so I can insert that as well. As I'm doing that, again, I see this orange and blue edge, and I see this one up here, and because this has orange on front, I know I need to insert this to have orange on front here. So just insert like that, and the other one just appears in front of me, because hallelujah. Hedge that in, and then red, green, so I can just hedge that in. And now I can force a, I guess, center AUF skip, whatever you want to call it. So I can just flip this edge here. Actually, no, that's really stupid. What am I thinking? Okay. What I was going to do, believe it or not, and I do this sort of thing sometimes, just not in really, really stupid cases like this. I was going to flip this edge, and then flip this edge, and then do the U2, but I could just do that, and then do that. Like, that kind of thing is worth it sometimes, and I would like to explain why, but that'll probably be for another video, and that is a much more advanced Yau5 topic anyways, so it's probably best I spare you that. Solving pairs, I see this and this immediately. I'm not going to bother doing the whole force and edge to solve in another slot thing because this is just a nice case. And then I see these two pair up. And then last edges, blue, yellow. This is a kind of an interesting case. There's a few things you can do here. You can either just do the pure insert and then, you know, force something. Or if you want to chance it, what I like to do sometimes is just insert like this, and these obviously don't slice together. And then I put another unsolved edge in the UB position, and then I can just do F, insert, F prime. And a lot of the time what will happen is you will solve something. The decision making for that gets a bit harder if you see like several of these, I guess, 2 outer wing solved cases, because you can just solve 2 edges at once doing the intuitive thing and it's not that much slower, really. But chancing it like that, I think, is generally worth it if there's just the 1 pair of outer wings solved. But anyways, we got this red-yellow, and we're going to end with parity, unfortunately, but that just kind of happens sometimes. So insert that, and then get these to pair up. 3x3 stage, essentially, because this is basically Euler parity, and you can do Euler parity whenever you want, really. So solve this left pair. I would do Euler parity now, and the reason I like to do it before last layer is just it gives me more OLS options. Incorporating OLS into an Euler skip with Euler parity is just like crap, so we're not about that life. We'll do parity now, and then I can do this pair with EO, and I can finish it in a way that forces an easier to recognize ZB. So with this winter variation, I guess, you can either insert like that and get pi, and that's kind of annoying to recognize, or you can do this and get a T case, which is much easier to recognize. Again, not a great out for big cubes, but I'm not the biggest big cube fanatic, to be honest. I'm more of a 3x3 kind of guy. But that does it for this video. That's 3 Yau5 example solves. Let me know if you guys want to see more big cube example solves. I think I should do some more for 4x4. I would like to touch on some more advanced Yau5 topics, but it's either make like an hour-long video or just kind of let the info trickle down to the masses video by video. So yeah, thank you for watching.